How's it going, everyone? Today we have some pretty unique content for my channel. We are not playing Disney Speedstorm. Nope, today we're playing a relatively new Disney game called Disney Lorcana. Now, as you can see here on the screen, Disney Lorcana is a trading card game developed by Ravensburger, who sort of deals with all the Disney board games and card games and stuff like that. They do all of that pretty much, and Disney Lorcana is just that. It is a physical card game with real cards that you can collect, kind of like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering if you've ever heard of those games. However, Disney Lorcana has an online version, which is what we're going to be playing today. And let me tell you guys, it is a blast. If we load up the online client, which is called Pixelborn, if you are interested in playing yourself, you can see there are a ton of Disney characters and cards. As you can see right here, Moana, Rapunzel, Pumbaa, Sebastian, Stitch, Timon, Anna. The list goes on and on. If you can think of a Disney character, they're probably on here or going to get added. There's over 400 cards in the game, and they add about 200 every couple of months or so. They're all free. There's so many possibilities of decks and strategies that you can come up with in the game, and it is really cool and super fun. And it is a bit of a slower game compared to Speedstorm. It is a card game more about strategy and building together cool combos and stuff like that, but I still find it super enjoyable. And pulling off some really cool combos and coming up with cool strategies can be really fun, especially when it is with some of your favorite Disney characters. So we're going to hop into a match, and I'm going to sort of explain the rules and how the game works as I play through a match, so you can kind of see and get a feel for it yourself, because I think it'll just work better if I'm actually in a game playing against other players explaining. So to start things off first, before we hop into a match really quick, there are different colors of cards. There are like gray, blue, purple, yellow, red. There's 6 different colors, and you can only have 2 in a deck. So we are running a yellow-red deck today that is based around Mufasa and Stitch and cards like those, and it's a really fun deck. I enjoy playing it a ton. It's not super hard to understand, so I think it's a good first deck to hop in with for today's video. So we have found a match. As you can see, we're yellow and red, and our opponent is playing blue and gray, which is a very powerful combo. So we are going second, and as you can see, when you start the game, you draw 7 cards in your hand. Now you have the opportunity with these 7 cards to replace any number of them. So you can choose which cards you do not want in your starting hand and sort of send them back and then draw new cards in place of them. So we're going to send back Lady Tremaine, Maleficent, and Queen of Hearts as well, and then we're going to keep the other 4, so we get to draw 3 new cards. We drew Hades and 2 Mauis. So once per turn, you can take one of your cards and throw them into this little well right here where they become ink. Now ink is like the resources, how you're going to play your cards. So we're going to take our Maui here because we have 2 of them. We're going to throw him into the inkwell, and now we have 1 resource that we can spend every single turn. And then next turn we can throw something else into the inkwell, and then we'll have 2 resources to spend that turn, etc, and it goes higher and higher. And if we take a look at our cards right here, you can see in the top left, they all have a number on them. That's how much of this resource they are going to cost to play. So next turn we'll get to play our first card as Mother Gothel, cost 2. And since we have 2 Mother Gothels, we're going to take one of them, throw them into the inkwell. And now that we have 2 resources to spend, we can plop down our own Mother Gothel. And then we will pass to our opponent's turn. Now, as you can see, Mother Gothel has a very cool thematic ability. She actually enters play with 3 damage. Our opponent just played Fire the Cannons, which is an action card that deals 2 damage, so our Mother Gothel is dead, unfortunately. But talking a little bit about how the cards work, as you can see right here, taking someone basic like Stitch or whatever, as you can see, the top left, he costs 7 to put down. You see he has 2 other numbers, the 4 and the 8. The 4 is his attack, the 8 is his defense, and then as you can see, there's 2 little diamonds in the bottom right-hand corner, those 2 diamondish symbols. That's how many points that card can gain per turn. So like, for example, we put down Doc here. Now, as you can see, he has 2 of those little diamonds, so every turn, once per turn, just not the first turn that you play them, you can gain points with the card, and the first to 20 wins. So as you can see, we are both sitting at 0 currently. No one has gained any points. So he is playing Hiram Flaversham, who I believe is from the Great Mouse Detective. Interesting card. I think we're going to ink Stitch Rockstar, which is such a cool card. Look at the artwork and stuff. I just don't need him right now, I don't think. And then we're going to play Hades, Lord of the Underworld, and we're going to take Hades Hades has the ability where you can, when you play this character, you can return a character from your discard to your hand. So we're going to take the Mother Gothel that got killed earlier and put her back in my hand, which is such a cool ability in my opinion. And then we're going to quest with Doc, and quest means to gain points. When you do that, you can see they turn gray and they're sort of slanted. That means they are exerted and are vulnerable to attack. So if he wanted to, he could send Hiram Flaversham to attack Doc. Doc would deal 2 damage to him, and Hiram would deal 1 damage to them. So neither of them would die, it would just put some damage on each of them. I don't think he'll do it, because Hiram only does 1 damage. Oh, I guess he's going to. Because then he's going to follow it up with Fire the Cannon. See, that makes sense. That was a smart tactical play. Now Hiram has 2 damage on him, so we could attack into him later. He only has 4 health remaining, so that's going to be something to consider. And I think we're going to do just that this turn. So taking a look at our options, I think we're going to ink one of our Mauis, because we don't need 2 of them, right now at least. Yeah, so Maui has Rush, which means he can attack the turn that he has played, and he doesn't have to wait a turn like everyone else does. So then we're going to be able to take out Hiram, however you pronounce his name. So he's dead now, and then we're going to gain a point with our Hades. Now this means both of our characters are vulnerable to his Benja. I don't think Benja will attack Maui, because that's just a loss for him. That's just a poor trade. However, he could trade with Hades. They would both die, so I could see him doing that. I think he's considering it right now, trading in his Benja for Hades. If he chooses to just quest with Benja, I probably will trade my Hades in for him, because I think that's a worthy trade, because Hades only gains 1 point, as you can see. Benja gains 2. Yeah, so he made the smart decision of questing. So now I'm just going to attack. Actually, I might keep my Hades and send my Maui in instead, because Maui can't gain points, so he's only good for attacking. This turn, however, we're going to pull off a really cool and thematic combo. First by playing Mother Gothel, who, like I mentioned, enters play with 3 damage on her because she is old and withered. And then we're going to throw down Rapunzel, who can heal Mother Gothel back up to full health, and then we get to draw 3 cards off of it, which is just such a powerful play and super, super incredible. And then Maui is going to kill Benja, and we're going to quest with Hades. So we're in a good spot right now. He does have Beast on the field, who's a good card because he lets you draw 2 cards at the start of your turn instead of 1 while he has no damage on him. I know this is a complex game, guys. There's a lot of moving parts going on, but trust me, the more you watch and consume this game, the more fun it gets and the more understanding you have, and it's really fun looking at new cards and coming up with new possibilities for combinations once you get the basic understanding. So he just dropped Cinderella on the board, who is a very, very powerful card, and then he played A Whole New World, where each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. So that actually really sucks for me, because I had a fat hand and he had nothing. We have a great play this turn though. We're going to send our Maui in to kill the Beast. That is an easy decision to make. I think we're going to ink one of our Stitch Rockstars, because we have 2 of them. And then we're going to play Lady Tremaine. Now, Lady Tremaine has the ability of when you play her, the opponent must choose and kill one of their cards, and they only have 1 option. So we can get rid of Cinderella, who's kind of a powerhouse of a card. We can just deal with her very easily right there. And then we can gain our points by questing with the rest of our characters to get up to 8 points. So we are in the lead by 6 points right now, and we have a huge presence on the board. They have nothing. However, they do have a ton of cards in hand, and it could pull out some pretty big maneuvers here to stop me. So we'll have to see what they do. But again, we have a pretty big hand as well, and we've got some good plays we could make ourselves. So I'm not too worried here. I feel like we're in a good position, all things considered. We'll have to see. Okay, so he played Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, who deals 1 damage to each opposing character. So everyone has 1 damage on our board now. Then he's going to play Cinderella Knight in Training. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, so we have some decisions to make this turn. We could play Lady Tremaine again, which would force him to kill one of his characters, and it would probably be Tinkerbell that wins. I don't know if that's my best maneuver though. I'm gonna ink Stitch Rockstar. I know I've been inking him a lot. I just don't have the cards to work with his ability right now. So I think my two main options here is I could do the Mother Gothel Rapunzel combo again, or I could play my big Stitch. I think we hold on to Lady Tremaine. I think that's the smartest play to make. So I think we're gonna do the Mother Gothel Rapunzel combo yet again, because we have 2 of those in our hand, which is really, really lucky. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna ink, oh, we can't ink Stitch. We're gonna play Lantern, and then use the Lantern's ability, which reduces the cost of our characters by 1, so we can play one of the Stitches that would cost 0 for free. So we have gone quite wide on our board, which means things like Big Tinkerbell and stuff are going to deal a lot of damage. Like anything that damages our whole board is gonna hurt a lot, but it's 14-2 right now, so I think it's okay to expend our resources like this, because even if they do wipe out our board, we have a solid hand here. Yeah, so they played Grab Your Sword, which deals 2 damage to everything, so as you can see, our board's pretty weak now. Everything has at least 2 damage on it, which sucks. It looks like they're thinking about trading into our Rapunzel. Tinkerbell also has the ability of whenever she kills someone, she can deal 2 damage to someone else, so she could easily take out either Mother Gothel or Lady Tremaine because they are vulnerable, and then you put 2 damage on Mother Gothel or Rapunzel. So Tinkerbell can pretty much get a 2-for-1 here by killing, so she's probably going to kill both Mother Gothels, it looks like. I am okay with that though, personally. I don't mind too much. Or she might take out Lady Tremaine, it looks like. Yeah, she is taking out Lady Tremaine. Okay, so we still have Mother Gothel and Rapunzel on the board. I'm okay with this. This is not a terrible state to be in, actually. And then they're going to play the Fishbone Quill, which lets them put cards from their hand into the inkwell, so they can ink more than once per turn, pretty much. Okay. This is still a very winnable position though. I'm actually pretty happy about this. So we're gonna trade in Mother Gothel for Tinkerbell, and then Rapunzel's gonna kill Cinderella. Never thought I'd be saying that. And then our Rapunzel's still alive. So we're gonna ink our Stitch. So we have 9 ink to spend. What is the best use of that? I think we play another Rapunzel to heal our Rapunzel, draw 3 cards, and then we could play another Rapunzel, but we can't really heal that much. I think we play Queen of Hearts, right? Yeah, let's play Queen of Hearts. So this way we can gain 5 points. We can get up to 19 next turn, which isn't exactly winning, but it'll get us pretty close. And I don't think they'll be able to fully take out our board. They are at 10 ink right now, so they have Hades, who can pretty much just directly kill whoever he wants, so he's gonna take out our other Rapunzel. But it puts them into the inkwell for us, so it's a bit of a trade-off. Yes, he killed our Rapunzel, but now she's in the inkwell, which is good. Okay, and then we drew into a Maleficent, which is really good because I don't need to draw any more cards. I have a pretty stacked hand, so I think we just play the Maleficent, who can kill whoever she wants and take out his Hades. And now, unless they have a big maneuver, we got the game on lock, I think. I think the game's pretty much over. There's not a lot they can do in this situation. They can play another Hades, which can take out our Maleficent. But, like, what else are you going to do besides that? You need to kill something on my board to keep the game going. Because I have 3 points on the board, and I need to get to 20 to win. So, unless they can deal with one of these characters, the game is over, which they might be able to. They're at 4 ink. Nope, the game is over. They passed it to my turn. We're going to take our last 3 points, and that's game. First game is a dub. But let's head into a second game here, and I can sort of show you guys some more of the combos off with the deck and focus less on just explaining the basics of the game. Hopefully you guys have a little bit of a better understanding. So we're playing against Steel and Ruby, and we are playing Ruby and Amber ourselves. Okay, so here we have a pretty decent opening hand. To give a little more insight into my process of what cards I'm going to send back, she is a 6-cost card, so it's going to take a while for me to get to her, so I'm going to send her back. We have 2 2-cost cards, and I like Simba more, so I'm going to send her back, and I don't need her either. So So sort of my plan is I have turn 1, turn 2, and I don't really want to play Hades on turn 4, so he's better later in the game, so we're gonna send him back, and we're gonna get 5 new cards. Hopefully that pays off, and it did. I'm very happy with the starting hand, actually. So I think we're gonna ink Queen of Hearts on our first turn and throw down a Stitch. And then we can follow that up with Simba, and then Doc or Minnie. We have a lot of options for the early game, which is good. That's what you want in your starting hand, and then you want to draw into your cards for the later game. So he's going to play a Hercules. Okay, Hercules is a bit of a threat because he can play out the bigger Hercules, which works well with him. Mother Gothel might be good here just to kill the Hercules. So we're going to play Mother Gothel as opposed to Simba, and we're not going to quest with Stitch because that will allow Hercules to trade in for free, basically, which we don't want. So there are a type of characters called Floodborn characters, which are just like insane versions of the character, and you can play them for less of a cost, which we don't want to happen. So there is like a Hercules Divine Hero card where it's just Hercules as like a true god and he's insane, and you can play him on top of a smaller Hercules for a cheaper cost, which is probably what this guy is about to do, and I am very scared of. So we're gonna ink Minnie. I think we play Doc here, and then we're gonna quest with Mother Gothel because they can't trade into Mother Gothel. We're gonna keep Stitch upright because I'm scared that Hercules can take out Stitch and not die himself. So here he's probably going to shift out the big Hercules. Yep. So as you can see, Hercules True Hero or Divine Hero shifted on top of him, and it's a super strong card. It normally costs 6, but you can play it for 4 if you sacrifice your smaller Hercules, basically. So there goes my Mother Gothel. So he's going to be a big threat. Now luckily we have ways to answer this. Maui is one of them, and Maui is what we're going to do here. Because whenever Doc quests, I can reduce the cost of a character by 1. So we're going to do that. We're going to quest with Doc. Now Maui only costs 4. And he has Rush, so we can rush straight into Hercules and they can both trade, which I'm okay with. That's a trade I'm willing to make. Now we will have the same problem with Cinderella. For 5 ink, they can play the big Cinderella that is like a true knight and is just a super beefy card that we're going to have to address. Yeah, so there we go. They have resist +2, so all damage dealt to them is reduced by 2, and they can quest for 3 points, which is a big threat for us. So we're going to ink our Stitch, and we're going to play Namari. Namari is going to be our kind of answer to the Cinderella card. We're not going to quest with these because they're super vulnerable to her. We don't want her to just get away with that for free. So Namari has the neat ability of being able to banish herself to banish another character, and that is what we're going to go for here. We're going to try and banish Cinderella with Namari. Yeah, so let's do that right now. Banish her. Beast is a huge threat, but I think Namari is a bigger threat. I have ways to deal with Beast. I don't have ways to deal with Cinderella. So Cinderella is gone and out of the picture. And now we can shift our own Stitch out. I think that might be the play here. To shift Stitch on top of Stitch. And then quest, and I want to play both of these cards. We're gonna ink Queen of Hearts to play Minnie Mouse. Now Minnie Mouse is evasive, which means only other characters that have evasive can challenge her, so it's really hard to fight Minnie Mouse, and so she's just kind of a way we can passively gain points, because right now they have more cards than us, but we have more points on the board, so we're just going to try and race them to 20, basically, is my kind of game plan here. So they played another Beast, and Beast lets you draw cards every turn unless he has damage on them, so if we can't damage Beast, we just gotta race, because he's going to be drawing so many cards. Okay, he's going to deal 2 damage to his Beast to deal 2 damage to our Stitch and trade them both in. I'm totally okay with that, trading one of your Beasts for mine. We're going to hang on to our Rapunzel because she wants to heal in order to draw cards. And we won't be able to use her healing ability if none of our characters are damaged, so we're going to wait. Okay, so our Minnie Mouse is dead because he played the Smash ability right there, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that Minnie'd stick around, and he's going to trade his Beast in for our Doc, which I'm okay with. I'm totally fine with this, because now he's not drawing any extra cards. And now we're probably just gonna ignore the prospect of Rapunzel healing, because I need characters on the board. So we can't heal anyone. Because at this point, we're just trying to race again. And he's going to Dragonfire, which is a spell that can just directly kill somebody. So I'm okay with this. Yeah, and we drew into a Maui, which is a great draw here, because Maui can pretty freely take out Beast and still stick around. So now I'm feeling really good about the situation. He has more cards than me, but he's not drawing any more cards. So once he plays these out, he's going to be in the same situation I'm in, where he's just pulling off the top of his deck. Unfortunately, he drew some pretty beefy cards. Okay. Okay. What is the play here? I think we play out Stitch normally. Whenever you play this character, yeah, we're just gonna play him normally. We're not gonna shift him on top of this one, and then we're gonna quest with this one to gain a point and sort of use him as bait to either kill Felicia, because he can trade with Felicia, or to turn Hercules sideways. And if Hercules turns sideways, my Maui is going in, and I'm okay with that. And we're also at 15, and he quests for 3. So okay, yeah, he's going for Stitch. He understands the threat of Stitch questing for 3 points. Now hopefully Hercules doesn't do anything here, or hopefully he does, so my Maui can trade, but he probably won't. He wants me to make the first move. Okay, no, so he did. So now we just use Maui to take out Hercules. They both trade. Stitch is on the board. We quest with Stitch. We get up to 18 points, and then we put Doc down. So now if he wants to win the game, he has to kill both of these characters, or else it's over and I win. Queen of Hearts on the board. Threatening. Could take out Stitch, but it's not enough to win the game. Boom. Another victory in the bag. Alright, let's hop into our third and final match of today's video. See what opponent we are going to be facing against today. Alright, we are playing against Amethyst and Ruby, and we are Amber and Ruby ourselves. Amethyst and Ruby is generally considered to be the strongest color combination currently, with the current set of cards. Okay, so looking at our starting hand here, we're going to throw back Lady Tremaine and Namari automatically. I think Minnie Mouse too, because we'd rather play Doc on turn 3. And honestly, I like this setup here. We have turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and then we use Doc's ability to play Mufasa on turn 4. And yeah, these characters are fine too, because we can just ink our Stitch and play a Stitch, then we can ink Mother Gothel, play Mother Gothel, and hopefully we keep drawing cards that we can ink. Because if I didn't mention before, as you can see, the lantern doesn't have the little swirl in the top left like all the other cards do, the little swirl around how much they cost. That means that you can ink them or not. Okay, they played Maleficent, which is a very aggressive card. Interesting. We're going to ink Mother Gothel and play Mother Gothel just like we said. Because now we have a Rapunzel, which gives us something else to consider, is that we could play Rapunzel to heal Mother Gothel. So I would like to play all 3 of these cards, and Lantern I can't ink anyways. So yeah. Okay, they are going to quest with Maleficent and then put them back in their hand using Madame Nim Snake, which is interesting. Okay, so we have an interesting decision here. I think we keep Maui, to be honest. We ink Rapunzel, and we play Doc, and we quest with Mother Gothel, because if they send the snake in to kill Mother Gothel, that is a trade I will happily take. I'm totally fine if that happens. So next turn we can play either Mufasa or Maui. Maui has Rush, so we can kind of catch him by surprise. This is assuming we draw an inkable card, by the way. So we're going to play Maleficent, 2 Maleficents. Okay, so they're playing very aggressively. They're trying to race me up to 20 as fast as they can. Okay, they did take the trade, which I'm totally okay with, like I said. Because there's nothing to rush into with Maui, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to play out our Mufasa. Because Mufasa, he does have the ability, whenever he dies, I get to look at the top card of my deck, and if it's a character, I can play them for free, which is such a fun ability. It's kind of a gamble, but like it's so fun, because you could pull out like a 9-cost Maleficent Dragon and get so much value out of your Mufasa. And then you could also draw like a 1-cost Stitch, and it'd be pretty much useless. Okay, so they're playing Arthur, which is another super aggressive card. So they're pretty much just trying to get to 20 as fast as like humanly possible, which is really interesting. I'm okay with that. We're gonna Ink Stitch. We're not gonna play with the Maui. Instead, we're just gonna play the Lantern, which is, it's the same ability as Doc's, where I can reduce the cost of the character. But I don't need that right now, and I don't need Maui on the board either. So they're supposed to be racing us, but we have a 5 or a 7 point lead right now, which I'm okay with. And Maui has Rush, so if we play him next turn, that's totally fine. So they're gonna quest with everyone. And a lot of bounce back is going to happen here, because Arthur can return someone to their hand, so they're just going to be able to keep one of their Maleficents safe from me. Yep, right back to their hand, and then they gain 2 more points, and they put them down again. And then they put down the Sorcerer's Spellbook, which lets them gain points. So very, very aggressive here. However, they did leave a lot open, so we're going to take quick advantage of that, playing both of these out. And then we can kill Maleficent 2 by using Lady Tremaine, who, like I mentioned before, forces them to kill something on their board, one of their characters. And they only have one character, so they're going to have to kill Maleficent, which is very good for us because now they have nothing on the board. They have 0 points, and we are still ahead of them. It is 11-10 right now, so I'm feeling very good about the position of this game. And we still have Maui in our hand, our little secret weapon where we can rush in if need be. But honestly, I don't see us really needing him at this point. We're in a great spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they conceded the game right here, because I think it's pretty much over for them. Next turn we're gonna get to 18, and then it'll be quickly over after that. And yep, they only quested, and that's it. So we're gonna play Hades, draw back our Mother Gothel. We'll quest with Doc so that we can play the Mother Gothel out. And like, our board is just so big right now. They tried to be really aggressive and they failed at it. They were not able to keep up. Honestly, this deck is really good. Shout out to Steadfast over here on YouTube who came up with this deck and made it. I've just been using it. I am really looking forward to, if you guys want to see more Lorcana on the channel, for me to brew some of my own decks and try out, because there's so many strategies, guys. Like, you saw just the tip of the iceberg. Look at all of these cards, all the different characters you can play in Disney Lorcana, all the combinations you can come up with. It's truly like endless at this point. Like, there's so many video ideas I could do, and then there's so many more coming. They're adding 200 cards in just a few months, and like, they reveal cards every day, and they're all free, unlike Disney Speedstorm. And honestly, Disney Lorcana is just such an awesome game. So if you want to see more of it on the channel, please let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.